These are some of the models I'm working on. Two of them are group builds. One of them is just for me to do something in between while I'm working on those two. This is for Jason at Blue Ox for the street machine build. It's a Revell Chevy truck, the one that just came out. I think it actually says street machine or street something on on the box. So I built one a long time ago. I want to see probably the last time it was out, maybe in the 90s or early 2000s. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm going to say probably previous to 93 because I moved in 93 and I think I built it in the apartment before. But anyway, so this is, it's working out good. The back end, I haven't made any modifications to the bed. I'm pretty sure I will probably make a tonneau cover to put over it, just to make it look more sleeker and streamlined. And I need to glue that fender a little better there. These wheels here, I modified the axle a little bit, very, very little, but I think if I do it just a little bit more, I can get those tires tucked inside there. This is a very tight fit, so it's not going to sit back down there unless I pick it up and play with it, which is good. It's a nice, it only goes one way, so you can't really mess it up. It only goes one way on the frame. So, but I think I can get the most of that tire tucked in the wheel well, and then I will probably adjust these front ones. I can modify these to go in further to line up with the back. So, but I'm not going to do that yet until I get the body more situated. The body is just it fits right on the front of the chassis very well. I'm still working on this seam here. There's a little bit of you know, a little bit there. Just not quite happy with it yet, but the rest of it's fine. I took off the I mentioned this before, but I took off the emblems on it because they're just sticking out pretty far. I'm not even sure they would be in scale. So that's where I'm at now. I'm also I finally got the 3D engine. This is a big block Chevy. I wanted to go with a small block, but I just couldn't find one that I wanted. So working on this one right now. I've got tape holding the right now I've got tape holding the oil pan on, just temporarily, but it seems like if the front of the oil pan like that, the reservoirs in the front, doesn't seem to affect anything. So, and it comes with a lot of other parts, of course. I mean, it's going to be a pretty badass engine. It's going to have a blower on it and stuff like that, and you know, of course, there's headers in here and you know, the belts and the valve covers. Probably very hard to see. It says 572 on there. So, but it's coming along. So I've got all these things running around. Another modification I want to make to this is I want to be able to put bucket seats in it. So I dremeled out the bench seat, and then once I get all done and clean this up and do it all, then now this interior just goes up inside the body, and even though I've modified it, it has the same basic shape, so it should go right in. And you're not going to see the bottom because the bottom sits on top of this. So I might have to cut it out where the tunnel is right there to lower it, but I'm not worried about that. I could do that in a couple seconds with a Dremel tool, and that would be underneath the seat. But I haven't got that far yet, so just making sure everything. I'm going to work this out first, and then I'll cut the hole probably near last. I want to make sure I can get some bucket seats in there and what height they are, because I may have to add something in here on each side to raise the bucket seat so it looks right. Not a big deal. I got time, so, but I just thought it'd be cooler if I had bucket seats in it. So let's see. We got this. I'll put all this in here. The other one I'm working on is the 32 Ford for the rock and roll group build, and it's coming along too. This is all the way I want it. And then it's really not a big deal. The biggest thing is painting right now because it's either raining or the humidity's high, and I've actually got a big fan. You could probably hear it in the background because I'm in the garage and it's really hot and humid today. So, but anyway, I just got the engine sitting in there to make sure everything's going to work and everything's going to fit. This intake and carburetor is out of something else. That's what I ended up using. I really should have 3 tube barrels on it because that's what the song describes, but I couldn't find one aftermarket. So, and it's a little difficult to make carburetors by scratch, so I said, well, I'll just stick a 4-barrel on it and put a air cleaner on it, and that's what we're going to fly with. But the rest of it's coming good. I mean, I need it to look a little bit more like a low buck build, or not so low buck that, it's a rat rod, but I mean, I wanted it to be where the guy spends all his money on the engine. He's not going to worry about chrome parts all over the engine or chrome parts on the chassis or, nonsense like that. He just wants it to go fast, so that's what I've got there. And then the third car is the BMW, which I finally got on wheels. And I got some things here I got to sand down and repaint and touch up and everything. The suspension, as always, it doesn't matter what kind of, any foreign car, it seems like, and probably new cars are the same way, but boy, the suspensions are so complicated. Not like, it's not like building a 62 Pontiac from some 40, 50-year-old mold, it's just these suspensions with coilovers and upper and lower control arms and all kinds of unusual parts in there. This one doesn't have a super detailed suspension, but you need 6 hands to hold everything while you're trying to put it together, so it's either hit or miss. But it's looking good. I think the next step I might do is put the decals on the body and see how that goes. I haven't done anything to the interior yet. The interior is still going to be, I got to paint everything in here, and I may run some wires or something. So, but that's where we're at. There's nothing else really going on. I don't think I've gotten anything new. I mean, I got some Vallejo flat black. That's my go-to flat black paint. So I bought another bottle just to make sure I don't run out, because I get that at Hobby Lobby. We don't have any where I live. Believe it or not, in a large city metropolitan area, there's no hobby stores. So your only choice is to go to Hobby Lobby. And we have a couple of them around. They're not super close to me, but they're only about maybe 10 or 15 minutes at the most away. So if I need supplies, sometimes if it's this kind of stuff, I go there. But we don't have any independent. We used to, some really big ones and some really nice ones, but they're all gone. So I either have to order it online, like to me a spray can paint, I have to order that online. There's nowhere you can drive to get it. So not a big deal. I'm used to it now. But it's just funny. I mean, if you have a hobby store next to you, consider yourself lucky. Because I miss the days where you can just walk in, browse around, see what you need, pick up your supplies. Those days here are gone. We don't have that anymore. So anyway, that's where we're at. This is just an update on what I'm working on. And I actually am thinking about starting another car beside the BMW. I'm not decided yet because the group builds are fine, but I have a long time to finish them, so I'm not really in any kind of a hurry. But there's always, how it is. There's always, I get a little distracted sometimes, but I don't want to get too many projects started at one time. So we'll see how it goes. And that's it. That's the update. And hope to see you on the next video. I appreciate everybody that subscribes. For some amazing reason, I have just over 100 subscribers. Somehow I made it to 100 subscribers. I mean, I really wasn't even paying attention. And then the next thing I know, it's like, I think today it's up to 103 or something like that. And it just went right over 100 and I didn't even see it. So I want to thank everybody that helped do that. I mean, that's, not that, I don't know whether 100 is good or bad. I mean, I'm just doing my thing and it is what it is. I mean, But I do get comments. I really appreciate those. And I appreciate the thumbs up and all that other stuff too. So, subscriptions are just part of it. I like the interaction. People are watching, asking questions. I'm answering them back. We're having a good time. We're looking at each other's channels, because usually when you post a message, I can click on that and look at your website. It's probably a website I never even heard of. I'm sorry. It's a YouTube channel I never even heard of with models. So I usually, check that, and then I go look at your models, and then most of the time I subscribe. So, but if that person or you or that person hadn't left a message, I may have never come across your channel. So that's one advantage to leaving a comment, is that if you have a modeling channel, of course a lot of people have a YouTube account, they just don't make videos, and that's fine. That doesn't really matter. At least they have an account. They could still leave a message and subscribe and do all that stuff. They're just not into making videos. They probably have a lot of things to do, and that's just not one of them. That's not on their list. And I understand that. Life is complicated. Everybody's got a lot of stuff to take care of. But if you're a modeler and you left a message, I click on those and check it out to see what you're building. So, and then usually just subscribe, so the next time you do a video, it pops up. I know that you did one, and I get to check out what you're doing. So there are some advantages to leaving a comment on any website, especially if it's something that you're interested in, that you make videos about. That's just an easy way to spread the word and let people know about your site. Anyway, that's about it. So we'll see you in the next one. Later.